Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about chapter number 10 of our 10th standard social science subject, India Agriculture. Students, in this lesson we will discuss about various crops, the types of farming, the factors through which farming can be improved, and how agriculture can affect to our Indian economy. These are the main highlights. The lesson is memory based lesson, so you need to remember especially about the crops. So those area where understanding is required, definitely we discuss everything, and the area where you need to remember that part, you have to listen this video and observe it on the screen number of time so that you are able to remember them properly. We will start line by line discussion. Since ancient time, agriculture has remained prime economic activity, or we can say main economic activity of most of the people in India, because India's highest population stays in village. So in village, the main source of income, that is agriculture. Even today also, main support for the Indian economy is agriculture, through which the people of village can able to earn income. Agriculture is an important resource of India, and about 60% of labor power is engaged in agriculture. Means there are 60% labor of India engaged in agriculture, means earn with the help of agriculture. Besides supplying food to the people of India, raw material for many industry also comes from agriculture. Means the supply of food, okay, many eatable items are depend on agriculture, and many raw material for many industry also comes from agriculture. Here MCQ is possible. Dash comes from agriculture. Option A, supply of food to people. Option B, raw material for industry. Option C, both A and B, like that way. Now agriculture occupies about 22% of national product. Total production of our country, national product, 22% occupied by agriculture. Crops and other farm products hold about 18% contribution in export, earns huge foreign exchange. Whatever we earn with the help of export, 18% contribution is of agriculture. Okay, so 18% contribution of export, that is because of agriculture, and that's a very huge contribution, and it generate foreign exchange. We earn foreign currency, we earn in foreign currency. Now the Indian economy is mainly depend on agriculture, because majority people from village, they associate themselves. So our country's economy is depend on agriculture, and that is why India is an agrarian country. Now this sentence can ask for 3 marks. Give reason. India is an agrarian country. Then this paragraph you have to write in terms of answer. So it's a 3-mark question. India is an agrarian country. Now in most of the areas in India, 2 or more crops annually can be taken due to factors like fertile plains, favorable climate for round the year cultivation, irrigation, skilled and hardworking farmers, etc. Now here also one question is that, okay, like in India, 2 or more crops annually can be taken. Give reason why. The reasons are, first of all, we have a fertile plain, fertile soil, favorable climate as far as rainfall is concerned, round the year cultivation, you can able to go for multiple crops because of the multiple climate, irrigation facility which can be satisfied, the requirement of water, skilled and hardworking farmer work very hard to get multiple crops. These are the favorable points through which we are able to cultivate 2 or more crops. Even then, the progress in the field of agriculture is not sufficient, yet we are able to grow multiple crops. The Indian farmers are generally poor and uneducated, because in village the source of income is agriculture. So farmers are, they are not using modern techniques. So the financial background is generally poor and uneducated. Agriculture production in India is much less compared to the world due to reasons. Now why? Again, the question is there. Agriculture production in India is much less compared to the world. Why? The reasons are: inadequate facility of irrigation. Irrigation is there, but not sufficient. Second, irregular and uncertainty of rain. Rainfall is there, but irregular, not on regular basis, and uncertain, sometimes extreme, sometimes not at all. Third, more population. So whatever agriculture products go for production, it distribute among the population. So more population. Third, larger family, number of people in per family, that is more compared to other countries. Smaller farms, the size of the farm is small. Next, no interest in experimentation. Okay, farmer of India not believe in experiment. Let me go for experiment, find out new way of agriculture. So no interest in experimentation. Less usage of chemical fertilizer. The ratio of chemical fertilizer is less compared to other country. Modern machinery and scientific approach for cultivation. Okay, now lack of modern machinery. Okay, lack of scientific approach for cultivation. So here the sentence can be framed like this: less usage of chemical fertilizer, modern machinery, and scientific approach. All these three are required to increase agriculture product, but we are lacking in this. One more reason: educated mass opting away from agriculture. Those who are literate, they don't want to go for agriculture, they want to go for some other profession. So the so-called lower status for agriculture in the society, people give less respect to farmer. So because of all these reasons, agriculture production is less compared to the world. Okay, now the next topic what we have to learn is types of farming. Can be asked for 4 marks or 3 marks. Please put it important. Okay, the heading which I dark, they are important. The reason why I am darking, because it can be asked for 3 marks or 4 marks. Types of farming, there are 6 types of farming. Now students, be careful, be careful, be careful. So many students, nearby 75% ratio students make mistake in exam. Types of farming is one topic, and on next page, farming methods is a different topic. Majority students what they do? When they ask about types of farming, they write farming methods, and if it is asked farming methods, they write types of farming. So in that case, it's a mismatch. What to do? So in that case, be careful. Remember properly, we are learning types of farming. Okay. Important question. The socio-economic conditions means social condition and economic condition of the people of India, their administrative policy and entire Indian economy are associated with agriculture. So when you talk about agriculture, okay, the administrative policy, the way how our country's management done, okay, of our entire Indian economy is associated with agriculture. The condition of society and financial condition of people of India is also related with agriculture. So we can't remove agriculture from our Indian economy. Farming types are classified according to irrigation method, farm output and economic return. So there are 3 categories on the basis of which we can classify farming types. Irrigation method, how you supply water. Farm output, what is the output of the farm, what quantity production, and economic return. If I cultivate the crop, then how much money I will get back after selling the crops. On the ground of that, we have a types of farming. The first is subsistence farming. Now, after independence, many agriculture development projects are implemented, but yet economic condition of Indian farmer is very weak. Even today, economic condition means financial situation. Financial situation of Indian farmer is very weak. And even today also you can able to find out that farmers are committed suicide, okay, which indicate that their economic condition is very weak. Costly seeds, now please remember this, costly seeds, fertilizers and use of insecticides are not affordable. Farmers can't purchase in a smaller farm holdings. Those farmers whose financial condition is weak, they cannot purchase costly seeds, they cannot purchase fertilizer, they cannot purchase insecticides for their small size of farm. The farm production is just sufficient for his family, is consumed in maintenance of the family. Okay, that means this is that whatever farmer produce, that is sufficient for their family. Suppose I am a farmer and I go for grow rice, okay, and whatever I go for a production of or a farming of rice, that is sufficient for my family. I can able to grow only that much rice, with the help of which I can able to satisfy the requirement of my family. This type of farming is called subsistence farming. In this farming, farmer can go for farming but only for his own family, not for anybody else. Cannot go to market and sell the products, because whatever crops grown, that is limited to that particular family. So even today, Indian agriculture is considered to be an activity for life maintenance only. In this agriculture, farmer will grow only that much crop which is only for life maintenance, can able to live with that crops. That's it. Second category, dry farming. Now, where there is a rainfall is inadequate, insufficient, irrigation facility are less. At that place, farming is dependent only on rain. I repeat, rainfall is inadequate, insufficient, irrigation facility is also less. Farming is only possible, only dependent on rain, and because of these three, only one crop is taken through the humidity accumulated within the land. Only one crop is possible. This type of category is known as dry farming. Now in this dry farming, which type of crops you can able to grow? Jowar, millet, pulses. These are which require less water. This crop, jowar, millet and pulses, they require less water. They are grown here. Okay. And in Gujarat, wheat, gram, they are grown in the humid soil after the monsoon over, after the rainfall is over. So this is called dry farming, where rainfall is not sufficient, irrigation facility is less, farming is possible and dependent only on rain, and we can take only one crop. Then that type of farming is known as dry farming. Now opposite of dry farming is wet farming. See, wet farming is carried out in the region of heavy rain and adequate facility for irrigation. The area or the region where heavy rain and sufficient facility of irrigation, opposite of previous one. Here you have a sufficient irrigation facility, here you get very heavy rain, okay, then in that case wet farming is possible. If there is no rainfall or insufficient rainfall, more than one crop is taken with the help of irrigation. For example, suppose rainfall is not sufficient or no rainfall, then also you are able to take more than one crop with the help of irrigation facility. That is called wet farming. Which crops are possible in wet farming? Can be asked in exam. They are paddy, sugarcane, cotton, wheat and vegetables. These are grown in wet farming. Next, shifting, which is also known as zoom agriculture. Remember the synonyms: shifting or zoom agriculture. Now this is not a favorable agriculture. Okay, many scientists not provide the favor to go for shifting agriculture. Why? Read carefully. In this agriculture, forests are burned and cleared and farming is carried out there. Means what? In this farming, first of all, they destroy the whole forest, they clear the whole forest, and on that land, after destroy the forest, then they start agriculture. The farmer take place for 2 or 3 years. Here 2 or 3 years farming is possible. After 2 or 3 years you can't go for farming because soil fertility is reduced. The area is abundant and the same method is applied for starting farming other place. Means what? 3-step process. Step number 1, forest has to be burned and clear. Second, after destroy forest, you carry out farming over here, but you can able to do farming on this land only for 2 or 3 years. Then what happen? When the soil quality, fertility reduce, you will shift, you will move to other area of forest and you apply this method over there and start farming in that new location. That's why it is called shifting, or is also called as zoom cultivation. It is known as zoom cultivation. Cereals and vegetables are grown in this type of agriculture, but obvious because you can carry it out for 2 to 3 years, the production is less in this type of agriculture. Next, plantation agriculture. Now this is a special type of agriculture. Here rubber, tea, coffee, coca, coconut, apple, mango, orange, grapes, amla, lemon, kharek are reared with great care. They produce with great care. See, plantation agriculture means such agriculture where it is a very special. You require a separate care. You require separate care. You require skill. I repeat the crops and then I tell you why it is special. The crops we can able to produce with the help of plantation agriculture is rubber, tea, coffee, coca, coconut, apple, mango, orange, grapes, amla, lemon, kharek. These are the crops which we can able to grow under this agriculture, but with, please be careful, great care. It is necessary that there should be more capital investment. You require to invest to produce these crops. You require to invest more money. You require separate skill. You require a very, very deep technical knowledge. You require separate machines. You require particular fertilizer. You require to protect them properly from all the sides. And at the same time you require acquisition, storage and transportation, mobility facility. That's why it is called plantation agriculture. Next, intensive farming. Now intensive farming is the mechanized way of farming through utilization of increased irrigation, use of chemical fertilizer. So here what happened? Intensive farming is such farming where it is a mechanized way of farming where we will focus on two things specially. First, utilization of increased irrigation. You will go for more irrigation and you will go for use of chemical fertilizer, insecticide and other mechanical equipments like tractor, thresher, all these you will use. So in intensive farming, the way of farming with the help of irrigation, increase irrigation, more on irrigation, you will use modern fertilizer, you will use insecticide and other mechanical equipments, tractor and threshers and all those. can be asked in exam, very important. Cash crops grow more in this type of farming. Cash crop means which crops? The crops which you can sell in market easily and can get cash as fast as possible is known as cash crop. We have a separate topic of cash crop at that time. We will go in detail. But cash crop majority you are able to obtain with the help of intensive farming. The per hectare production has increased very much here. Per hectare is very high. Okay, in 1 hectare, per hectare production is increased very much here. The area sown under this type of crops has increased. The area where the area sown under these type of crops, that is increase. Okay, in terms of intensive farming. As more important is given to economic returns because farmers earn fast. Okay, this type of farming is known as commercial farming. Please, this word is very important. Students, I think so this year board exam, this word can be asked. Commercial farming. This intensive farming is also known as commercial farming. And this farming has increased. As I explained in previous line, this farming is increased because farmer will get money fast. That's why it is also known as commercial farming. I think so it is clear. Next we will go for farming methods. Which are the farming methods? Organic farming, sustainable farming and mixed farming. They are some of the current methods of farming in India. We discuss them term by term. Organic farming. The rate at which chemical fertilizer, insecticides are used, the destructive effects of these chemicals is also felt. This says that in agriculture, day by day chemical fertilizer is increasing, day by day insecticide increasing, and this because the ratio of chemical fertilizer and insecticide are used, they are very badly affect to the health. Destructive effect, negative effect of these chemicals can be feel on the agriculture products. Due to presence of these chemicals and insecticide in grains, vegetables and fruits, it has affected adversely, very badly affected the hygiene, the purity, okay, of health of the people. Hygiene means purity of health, nice health, they affected. Because in farming, farmers use high volume of chemical fertilizer and insecticides, especially in the production of grain, vegetable and fruits. Their hygiene, their purity, okay, of that particular crop is reduced. That's why it's very badly affect to hygiene of people. More damage is caused to environment. This high chemical fertilizer and insecticide affect to environment also. The productive capacity and fertility of land is reduced because you use chemical fertilizer and insecticide. The productive capacity, the fertility of land is also reduced, and because of which, due to which, the crop production of the land and the quality and quantity were reduced over long run. If you use more chemical fertilizer, more insecticide, then the capacity and the fertility of the land is reduced, the quality of crop is reduced, okay, and in the long run the land lost its fertility. Now, organic farming is the method of farming in which, please underline in your textbook, organic farming is the method of farming in which area or any other chemical fertilizer, urea, I am very sorry, I repeat the definition. Organic farming is that method of farming in which urea or any other chemical fertilizer and insecticide are not used. So in this farming, students, in this farming, urea or any other chemical fertilizer or insecticide, they are not used for the nutrition of the crop. Okay, dung, cow dung, earthworm fertilizer, composite fertilizer, all these natural items are used in the place of chemical fertilizer. Cow urine, neem solvents, buttermilk, etc. are used for protection of crops. You see, all natural items are used. The organic products, you have to underline till this, okay? The organic products are full of nutritious because you use all natural substance. They contain natural taste, natural sweetness and fragrance. And these are minerals, vitamins and life energizing equipments on these crops because they use majority natural elements. So it's this contains so many minerals, vitamins and life energizing elements, so it improves your immunity. And nowadays organic farm products are more in demand, so that farmers are also get a good return because they are in more in demand, people ready to pay the amount whatever you will say, and that's why they are in more demand, so farmers can get good income. A second farming methods, that is sustainable farming. In order to see that the soil fertility is retained for a longer time, care is taken for crop rotation. Here what happens? Farmer will rotate the crop. Like right now farmer go for X crop, then to again get back the fertility, next they go for Y crop, then they go for Z crop. So if you move variety of crops, then in that case you will sustain, you will retain, you will keep the quality of soil as it is, and fertility of soil will be maintained. Use of chemical fertilizer only when necessary, so that the soil fertility remain as it is. Use of biotic control, use of biotic controls, biotic substance, insects and harvest water conservation. These are the technique used in sustainable farming. Third farming method is mixed farming. Here the cattle rearing, poultry, sericulture, fishery, these are also carried out simultaneously along with farming. Cattle rearing, I hope you are aware, we will go for cattle grazing, animal husbandry area. Poultry farming, you understand about the eggs and all those. Sericulture, I will keep for you. Students, we will see how many of you will write the answer in comments. What is the meaning of sericulture? Okay, clear? It's a challenge from my side. You have to write the answer in comment section. In my next lecture, I will tell you the meaning of sericulture, but I want to see how many of you will use Google to find out the meaning of sericulture. Fishery, you understand fishing. All this comes under category of mixed farming, because along with farming you can able to carry out all this activity. Okay, so that's why it is called mixed farming. So here we will conclude our first lecture, first part of chapter 10. In next lecture I will start my lecture with the help of meaning of sericulture. Before that I put a challenge to you. We will see who will write the answer of the meaning sericulture first. Okay, so I will end my lecture over here, students. We will meet very soon. Please kindly visit my channel to get the updates of next lecture, and I will upload the link also as much as possible. So here we will conclude our lecture. In next lecture we will go for agriculture products of India. Okay, till then please take care of yourself, students. Thank you.